So ayo, what's up mga kabirador, and welcome back for another videos.
Gangster, you know, we do that better than anybody.
I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the front, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils dissolve for the day they finally free me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride. Hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause even when I'm high, fuck with me and get crossed later.
And all of this, ang pagkakaalam nga namin, ang may-ari nito ay sila Mrs. Discaya. Ano? And Mrs. Discaya is here. So, pwede po bang, Mrs. Discaya, pwede po bang ibalita nyo sa amin, ikwento nyo sa amin yung napanood namin sa inyo sa television na sinasabi ninyo. Kailan po kayo unang nagkaroon ay kumita ng bilyon sa construction industry? Anong taon po yun?
Good morning po. Bilyon po.
Opo. Kwento nung, narinig po namin sa television, sinasabi nyo sa interview nyo dahil tinanong kayo kung anong naging gateway para gumanda ang buhay nyo. Sabi nyo kayo hindi naman nakakaangat nung araw. At tapos sabi ninyo ay noong DPWH na kami. Yun po yung sagot ninyo eh. So, at tinanong kung magkano, at sabi nyo bilyon. Kailan po itong unang bilyon na kumita kayo sa DPWH?
For the knowledge of everyone, so St. Gerard, Alpha and Omega, we have been in the construction business for 23 years. So I would presume that in the 23 years, pwede naman siguro kami po kumita. Yung billion, when I said DPWH, because prior to that, we were in local government. So ang hirap makasingil sa local government. They spliced the video that was taken of me and just mentioned the DPWH. So, contractor na po kami for 23 years.
So you're saying that the television station and the persons interviewing you edited your answers?
I think so, sir, kasi I did mention that I was doing local government as well as private po.
If I may, with
the permission of the chairman, Senator President Pro Tem.
Ma'am Sara, ano ba naging trabaho niyo bago kayo pumasok sa mga kontrata sa gobyerno?
My father was a contractor before.
Nangongontrata rin
Pero
siya?
yes po,
Nangongontrata rin sa
for
DPWH?
LGU po. LGU, and then ako I worked sa ibang bansa. Yun po.
Anong work mo sa ibang bansa?
I was a dental receptionist and an orthodontic nurse.
So you are a doctor? Nurse?
No po.
Yung asawa mo, ano trabaho?
He works sa isang development corporation. And him and his brother were parang private contractors sa subdivision namin.
Paano kayo, how were you enticed to join the mga kontrata sa DPWH? Who influenced you?
Wala naman po. Nakita namin on PhilJeps na may mga projects na pwede palang mag-join. So we joined the bidding na we know that we were qualified for.
Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today and welcome to the program.
Thank you for the invitation, Carmina. Good afternoon to everyone.
All right, let's begin with the president's orders. This is breaking news just a few minutes ago. Senator Sotto, the president ordering the DPWH and the DBM to scrutinize the budget of the DPWH, and this is going to be executed by the DPWH and the DBM. Upon scrutiny, Senator Sotto, what do you think these agencies will find in the budget of the DPWH?
It's definitely a welcome order for the President to a sweep review of the proposed DPWH budget, because obviously, well, I glanced at the portions of the DBCC hearing yesterday, and indeed, there are very many questionable items in the DPWH budget. And that it led me to ask then, during that time, yesterday, no, the other day, I asked Secretary Pangandaman, how come the budget of the DPWH in 2025 is so when they started, became 825 billion and then became 1.1 trillion. She could not give me a direct answer. But the thing is, we have to look back at what happened in the 2025. Yes, let's move on and worry about the 2026 budget. But we have to find out what happened in the 2025 budget. That's my take on the matter.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's any clue, you have Congressman Marcy Teodoro already saying that projects that were flagged completed in 2025 still appear as an item in the 2026 budget. So paulit-ulit lang. Pero dun sa listahan, completed na, Senator Sotto.
Oh yes, those are the points that will lead the executive department to prosecute these people, prosecute the government officials who are involved, prosecute the contractors that are involved, even the politicians who have inserted those projects.
Well,
They must answer for it.
Yeah, Senator, I'm just going to go to, obviously, you at the Senate, you guys were in the thick of things as well in the deliberations there yesterday. But yesterday at the House of Representatives, there was something else that happened. There was a move to call Congressman Zaldico to appear before their hearing there. There is a concern, Senator Sotto, that eventually the trail will go cold because the appearance of Congressman Zaldico was hindered by his very own colleagues at the House of Representatives. So having said that, do you think that we will eventually really find whoever is accountable for this whole mess that we have right now?
Well, it's not even a matter of just calling. He's presently a member of the House of Representatives, so it's a matter of asking him to attend. He should attend, at the very least. No? Calling him as a resource person is really debatable because he's part of Congress. He is a congressman right now. So the best thing is that he be called to attend the hearing.
Well, his wasn't the only name that was mentioned, Senator Sotto. Your former colleague, former Senator Grace Poe, was also mentioned in that motion by Congressman Erisa. Do you think the former senator should attend as a resource person?
Well, she's no longer a senator at this point. I cannot see a reason why she cannot attend if she's being invited by Congress as a resource person. The parliamentary ethics or parliamentary courtesy is no longer present because she's not the senator anymore.
Let's go back to the sweeping review ordered by the president previously. Senator Sotto, the president said that he will not sign the GAA if it is not aligned with the NEP. But based on the revelations of your colleague, your friend, Senator Ping Lacson, it seems as if these insertions are already baked into the NEP. So what do you do then?
No, when the president said that, he did not have any knowledge that there were intricacies in the way that the PWH budget was presented. And as a matter of fact, he was more or less on the issue of ghost projects in the flood control projects. No? So as far as he was concerned, and this is my opinion, as far as he was concerned, he knows or he thinks that the budget that he presented as the NEP did not contain these issues. libo-libo yan eh. I don't think he will look at it one by one per item or per page. So when he finds out now that these items are present which should not be included in the NEP, for sure, surely he will not mind the Congress or the House of the Senate itself removing these items. And as a matter of fact, there is a sweeping order to review because it does not align with what he thinks the NEP is. You see, he thought that the NEP was clean when he presented it to Congress, but seeing this now and finding out what happened in 2025, again, there should be there should be a real precise look into not only the 2025 but the 2026 proposed budget.
As you said, you cannot just move on. You have to look back as well, and doing so should mean that you're going to have to look back at the 2025 budget. But the former DPWH Secretary, Manny Bonoan, was conveniently excused by the Blue Ribbon Committee to appear before it. Do you think that he should reappear before the committee to answer all these questions, Senator Sotto?
If there are questions that he has to answer, we have to invite him back. And that's the reason I didn't want I asked the president not to dismiss the pickup people last Thursday when we talked last Thursday evening, and I requested him that he wanted to remove all of them already, but I said please allow them to attend the hearings first. Huwag mo munang sibakin dahil hindi na-attend ng mga hearings namin yan. We plan to amend the law creating the pickup, even the SIAP. So, okay naman. Hindi niya ginawa muna kagad. So, but the replacement of Secretary Bonoan gave him an excuse to not be present. But then again, as you said, if there are questions to be answered by the former DPWH Secretary, dapat siguro. And I will not be surprised if there are other issues that will arise.
But is it still a question of if there are questions? I mean, there are already red flagged items, as said by your colleague. There are allegations already of insertions baked into the NEP of the 2025 budget. So is it still a question of if there are questions? I mean, clearly, you know, there are some things here that he needs to answer.
Well, yes, we should invite him, no? But at this point, I could not categorically tell you that I will and I can because I am not the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee. It will be up to Senator Marcoleta. I asked that a subpoena be issued to the husband of Sara Discaya.
Nga pala, bakit hindi wala siya na... Oo,
But-
bakit wala siya doon?
Ay, hindi ko nga alam. Hindi natanong yan kung bakit wala siya doon. Dapat silang dalawa mag-asawa yung nado doon. So I asked that a subpoena be issued so that he will be forced to attend on Monday. If he does not, then we will be citing him for contempt. And a warrant of arrest is not far from coming.
There's another DPWH secretary who, that people are yearning to hear from, and that is your colleague, Senator Mark Villar. If you said a while ago that Congressman Saldico should appear because he is still a member of Congress, do you think that Senator Mark Villar should do the same?
Perhaps during the budget deliberations on the budget of the DPWH. At this point, it's the Blue Ribbon. This is supposed to be conducted in aid of legislation. We leave it to the chairman if he feels that in aid of legislation there is a need to talk to the Secretary of Public Works Highways during the time of Duterte. That is up to him. As far as I'm concerned, I have not thought about the necessity of asking Senator Bill. Anyway, he attends the Blue Ribbon. So if there are questions, we can pose it to him there.
Directly.
Directly, yes.
Senator, do you think that these insertions I mean, I don't even want to. Is it really that? Is that the proper term, insertions, being that it's already baked into the budget of the DPWH? I don't know what creature we're going to call it by, but do you think that that's even possible without the knowledge of the head of the agency?
If you're talking of the amendments that we now call insertions in the 2025 budget, yes, indeed, those are insertions. And does the Secretary of DPWH know about this? No, after. He finds out after. Because the insertions are done in the GABE, the General Appropriations Bill, either in the House of Representatives or in the Senate, or worse, in the BICAM.
But is
So
it
if that
possible?
happens, the DPWH Secretary will not be aware of that during the BICAM.
Eh,
But
pero
he will
yung-
be aware of it once it's passed.
But there are concerns that these insertions are already baked into the budget.
Iba yan. Yes.
yun na nga.
That's for the 2026. Ano? At saka siguro yung iba during the 2025 meron na rin. But then, alam ng DPWH yan, for sure. You know, if you're talking of, okay, call it insertions by some people in the NEP. Alright? May pinasok sila ron. Sigurado malalaman ng DPWH Secretary yan. Especially if you ask him, are you aware of this? There was a time, I remember, one time, hindi ko matanda sino secretary noon, but he was asked and he was not aware. And that's why it was investigated, that proposal. Now, itong sa 2026 budget na ito, there should have been a budget call January, February. It should emanate from the local development councils or the regional development councils before it reaches and becomes a NEP. Dapat alam ng DPWH Secretary yan. Pero kung ganito ang laman at napipinpoint na medyo talagang anomalous, especially the figures, we should find out who it came from.
Kasi ito nga sinasabi ni
Of course,
Congressman...
Remove it.
Kasi sinabi nga ni Marikina Representative Marcy Teodoro, yung completed flood control projects in his district are still funded under the 2026 spending plan. So,
Then remove it. But then again, find out who placed it.
and here's the thing, he believes this is happening in other areas too.
For sure. If it's happening to Marikina, NCR, very near the seat of government, for sure, it's happening nationwide.
At
It's
NEP,
about time. It's about time we put a stop to this. That's why I'm picking up a bill that Senator Kit Tatad filed before, restructuring the DPWH. I'm now formally studying it and will be filing the bill restructuring the DPWH to once and for all get rid of these problems, if we can.
will the PCAB still remain with the DTI?
That's one thing that we're looking into again. I know we're looking into that because supposed to be it's a issue of trade, but definitely we have to amend the PICAB law, which was passed in 1965. Ano, kailangan baguhin talaga. Meron pang submission ng commission on appointment soon for the 3 board members and then 3 years terms and then may renewal. Dapat siya walang renewal. Masyadong nagiging kampante doon sa posisyon and the accreditation is wow. As you can see, there are 45,000 accredited contractors nationwide. Yung palang yung legal, yung mga illegal at saka yung nanghihiram ng lisensya.
Senator, kamusta na ho kayo dyan sa Senado, given that some of your colleagues have also been implicated in this flood control mess?
Well, cordial.
Paanong cordial po?
And we're tackling our concerns to each his own at this point. So kung may matatamaan kami mga kasama, wala tayong magagawa, may mali. Kung wala namang mali, walang dapat ikatakot.
Kanina po, pinag-uusapan natin, NEP na po ito, NEP na po for 2026. At may nakitaan na nga pong pagbukol sa NEP pa lang. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng order itong si Presidente, no? Senator, kasi ngayon, parang kahit saan ka tumingin, sa House of Representatives, sa Senado, mismong DPWH, pati PCAB, no? Parang hindi na alam ng taong bayan po, ng publiko, kung saan ba sasandal. Kasi parang lahat na lang, kasabwat. So if they're gonna ask you, where could the public find, the justice and, due process and everything that's supposed to be good in government, where should they look?
The bill that I filed creating the Independent People's Commission would be a big help. No? But then again, we can still rely on us, on the senators or the congressmen who are not involved. Like for example, this is a very good example. Hindi ako sa nagbubuhat ng bangko. In the history of the Philippines, from the time of President Quezon as Senate President up to now, there has only been one instance that a Senate President annotated the budget, asking the President to remove certain items, total of 75 billion. And that is yours truly. In the 2018 budget, I saw 75 billion na nakabukol after the BICAM. I did not want to sign it. So we will just have to rely on our colleagues, us, the senators, na mag-ingat, bantayan. Andito kami ngayon wala kami last year Wala kami in the last 3 years So, hindi namin alam talaga. Ngayon pa lang namin inaalam ano nangyari. Pero again, siguro naman they can be assured that there are some of us, there are more of us who will be very careful in handling the budget of the government. The people's money, pera ng tao, hindi naman pera ng gobyerno yan Kaya nakakagigil itong ginawa nila dito sa mga ghost projects, sa mga proyekto na palpak. Talaga nakakagigil yun. Dahil pera naman taong bayan, di naman government yun. Salamat sa government. Hindi. Kanila yun
All right, we're going to have to leave it at that. Minority Leader there, Senator Vicente Sotto III, thanks again for taking our Zoom call. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Carmina. It's always my pleasure. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po.
Gangster, we do that better than anybody.
I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the front, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils be sorry for the day they finally free me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride. Hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause